Greetings and welcome to Spiritual Magic Journey. Today, guys, I wanted to share with you a healing spell for a traumatic event. Say something happened in your life that was traumatic and you just can't get let it go, or can't put it in the let it go where it needs to be, which is in the past. A lot of people have a hard time letting go of the past. It's always there and it's creating that block. When you let things interfere with your present life that need to be in the past should be in the past. I'm not saying it for a very traumatic event. It takes time. Sometimes it takes healing. It takes therapy. It takes counseling. But this is just a spell to help aid in that healing of a traumatic event. And this is a spell I wrote myself. I just wanted to share it with you guys in case you guys wanted to use it. And it's just a simple candle spell. I know a lot of people say, well, I had one person say, well, candle spells, they're just not strong enough. It ain't gonna work. And this person totally does not get magic. Never let anyone tell you that a candle spell or candle magic doesn't work, because it does. The whole thing behind magic is believing. It is your intention. I don't care if you don't have any supplies. A lot of people don't have supplies. They don't have the money to go out and buy this and buy that and buy a piece of string and buy some cinnamon and buy a newt and a toad leg and all this stuff and all these herbs. A lot of people don't have that. This works. Use what you've got. Never let anyone tell you otherwise, that it don't work or it won't work. The whole thing about magic is believing, setting your intention, and then believing in what you are and who you are. So, I'm very passionate about spells and what I do. But all you need, if for those that want to cast their circle, cast your circle. Whatever is comfortable with you. This is all about you, not me. I'm just here as a teacher showing you. Use your own creative imagination. Get a candle. A lot of people can't afford the big candles and stuff. I use these small tapered candles. You can use jar candles. You can use the tea light candles. They're only like 50 cents. Or tea light. Pick out a color that you love. A lot of people represent or are attracted to blue. They think blue is healing. I get that too. Blue candle. Green for healing. Green represents Mother Earth, and brown is healing. Well, the Gaia is healing. Some people represent white, which is pure healing. Pick out a candle, your favorite candle. If you like a rainbow candle, get it. It's all about you, and that's why I try to do these spells, and I try not to make them complicated so that you can do them. Once you get the understanding that it's not about having a ton of stuff that are associated with your spells, that it's all about your intention and the intent you put in the spell and believing. So for some people, they like to dress up their candles with oils and put all kinds of sigils on them. They got their whole ritual they like to do. That's fine. That is totally fine. Make this the way you want to do it. I'm going to use the brown. I've got that upside down. I hope that wick is large enough. Brown and green, because I am a Capricorn, and I like blue, and I like all of these colors really, but these are the two I'm going to choose. Okay, I'm going to walk through this with you guys before I actually say the spell out loud. because when you're doing this, I want you to kind of think about that traumatic event. Say this was a childhood event. I don't care if it's from yesterday, from 10 years, from 20 years, from when you was young as you can remember. Take that event, go back to that event, the traumatic event that is blocking you, that's creating all these obstacles so you can't move forward. You wonder why you get stuck. Why come I can't move on? Well, we're going to take care of that right now. Go back to that event, whatever it is. I don't care if it's a person, place, or thing. That happened to you. I had to get some water. I want you to take yourself. I don't care if you were little Joy, little John, little Sarah, little Susie, Big John. Like I said, it could be yesterday. It could be 10 years in the past. It could be when you were a kid. Go back to that specific moment. Take that person out. This is all about your imagination. Take little Susie, little John out of that situation. You're going to do this in your imagination while you're preparing for the spell. Look at them, explain to them that this was not your fault. None of this is your fault. Everything's going to be okay as you get older and you learn that who did this or why this happened is not your fault. Then I want you to give little John, little Susie, Big John, Big Susie a big hug. Explain to them if you need more talking with them, explaining the situation. That's how you're going to be healing that event. This is like inner child work. Healing yourself from back then. Give them a big hug. Take some deep breaths in and out. When you breathe in, they are giving you their love. When you breathe out, you're breathing love into them. So it's an exchange of love through deep breaths while you're hugging yourself. You're actually hugging yourself. You pick them up and you got them against their heart against your heart, and you are hugging. And you're explaining how this is not their fault. That they are very strong for coming to a harsh planet to endure all this trauma. That they are very strong and they are loved. And that you love them with everything, every ounce of being you have in you. And once you do that and hug them, I want you to take little John, little Susie, or Big John, Big Susie, and put them in a safe place. Create a place in your imagination where you want them, where they would love to go at that point to get out of that situation or whatever's happening. Like for example, I put little Sherry, when I went back and did some inner child work. She loves animals, so I put her in, and she loved that book, the Jungle Book. So I put her with a bunch of animals, and she's in there taking care of all those animals, and she just loves it. She's happy, she's enjoying herself, and she feels safe and secure. So take little John, little Susie, little Amy, whoever you're working with, which is you, at a different time and place in your life, and put them in a special place where they love. If they love beaches, put them at the beach. Make sure they got everything they need there that they do not want for anything, nothing. even put a little magic button there. A little box that's got a little button. So if they need you, all they gotta do is press that button. And make sure they understand it and they feel it and they believe it. You really gotta make sure that they believe it and understand it. And if they ever need you, all they gotta do is push the button in the little magic box. So put them in that special place, and after you've given them a hug and talked to them and let them understand, make them understand that this is not their fault, and put them in their little place, their little happy place where they'd love to be at that particular time. So when you're preparing to spell, that's what I want you to do. And then you're going to repeat these words when you light the candles. Let me get my things. And that's just a little short demonstration of how you do inner child work, which I'm going to get deeper into with you guys. But this is a healing, a traumatic event. We all have them in our lives. I'm hoping this burns. The wick is very short. Thank you. This one needs to be trimmed, but so you're going to light your candles. And after you put them in that safe place, you're going to put a circle of protection around you. That's in your imagination. Just create it. You are protected. I call on the powers of the earth, sun, moon, and stars. I call upon the elements of the earth, air, fire, and water. I ask for divine healing on this sacred night, for help in healing my traumatic fight. To let go of the past and heal the wounds, take them out and make them bloom in wondrous ways among my path. To see the light and to know and feel that I'm all right. As I let go of this and it is washed away, I know I am love, blessed in many ways. I now envision my protected circle. This is for me, this shall be. Again, make this your own spell. If you want to add stones, healing stones, herbs, if you want to put it in your altar so you can go and work with this. If this is something that's not going to work overnight, it may not be working overnight. If it doesn't work overnight, or it doesn't work with the first time you do this, you're going to have to go back and do it again, again, and again until that blockage is removed. So add your gemstones, add your herbs, set it up in a place. You can sit here as long as it takes and do that envision of going back to that traumatic event, pulling that little person out, pulling, what your name is, pulling you out from that traumatic event and having a talk. It's like time travel. You get what I'm saying? You go back and you tell that it's going to be okay. This is not your fault. That they're very brave, and so powerful, and so brave, and they're so strong for coming here to this harsh place and enduring so much pain. So I'll repeat it again. I call upon the powers of the earth, sun, moon, and stars. I call on the elements of the earth, air, fire, and water. I ask for divine healing on this sacred night, for help in healing my traumatic fight. To let go of the past and heal the wounds, take them out and make them bloom in wondrous ways among my path. To see the light and to know and feel that I'm all right. As I let go of this and it is washed away, I know I am love, blessed in many ways. I now envision my protected circle. This is for me, this shall be. So mote it be, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, you sit here. You sit with these candles. You sit with that for as long as it takes. Or you can go back and do it every night. For some people, it's going to be real easy to start working and healing yourself and healing that traumatic event. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I really probably went on way too long because I want to get some more spells out here before the before the 31st. But I love you guys. I hope this helps you in your journey through life. It's all about love, healing, being blessed. You know, finding our way, finding our path, finding our light, finding everything. You know, learning the truth and healing and being open to receive. So we need to remove those traumatic events. I love you. I'll leave it at that. Namaste. Blessings, my friend.